Save him! Please! The scream tore through the quiet streets of Nazareth. A woman fell to her knees in the middle of a narrow, dusty road, clutching her son to her chest. His lips were pale, his body limp, and fear wrapped the town like a cold shadow. Some people stopped, some turned away, some closed their doors because death frightens people more than poverty. And only one man walked toward her, Jesus. He didn't rush, didn't panic, but every step carried something stronger than fear, deep, quiet compassion. He knelt beside the child, and the mother looked into his eyes with tears trembling on her lashes. It's you. Can you save him? Jesus didn't answer immediately. He looked at the boy as if he saw not just a body, but an entire life. Every joy, every pain, every dream that never had a chance to happen. His heart has not spoken its last word, he said softly. The crowd stirred. Someone scoffed. Another miracle? Then let him feed himself with his miracles first. But Jesus wasn't listening. He touched the cold forehead of the child, and in that moment began the story that would make some believe and make others hate him forever. Later, people would argue about that day. Some would swear the air itself became heavier. Others would try to explain it away. But the truth was not simply that Jesus wanted to save the boy. He wanted to save the town, the souls, the hearts, and most of all, faith itself. But to do that, he would have to walk through suspicion, fear, accusations, and a choice that no one ever wants to make willingly. The boy lived. Breath returned like a small whisper of wind after a storm. His fingers moved. His chest rose. His mother cried out, this time from joy. People gasped. And that is when the most frightening thing began. Not gratitude, not celebration, but suspicion. This is witchcraft. No one should have such power. Why him? Why does he choose some and not others? Words became stones. Doubt became chains. Jesus stayed silent because he knew the greatest miracle is not when life returns to the body. The greatest miracle is when life finally awakens inside the heart. Days passed. The town changed. Some believed. Some hated him even more. Leaders whispered in fear. The powerful felt threatened. And in the middle of all this was that boy, now alive. He began living differently, helping others, caring, loving. He became living proof that miracles were real, and that made him dangerous. One night, men surrounded him, not killers. Worse, people terrified of truth. Tell us the truth, one of them hissed. Is he a sorcerer, or are you lying? The boy looked at them calmly. I am alive, he said. Is that not enough? No, they answered, because if it is real, it means we must change, and we don't want to. And then the boy understood. The greatest miracle was not lungs breathing again. The greatest miracle was a heart refusing to stay stone. Jesus came again that night. He didn't shout, he didn't threaten, he simply walked in, and their fear melted. They couldn't even look into his eyes. Why are you afraid? He asked. Of what? Of the light? Or of realizing that you too can become better? No one spoke. And then he said the words that may have been the true purpose of everything that happened. A miracle is not when I come and save you. A miracle is when you stop waiting for me and start saving each other. The morning after, the town was different. Some still held on to hatred. Some remained unsure. But many carried something new inside, hope. Years later, when the boy grew up, people often asked him, what mattered more, that Jesus saved you, or what he said? And he always answered, he saved me twice. The first time, when he gave my body breath again. But the real salvation, was when he taught me how a heart truly breathes when it loves. And if someone asks whether this story really happened, maybe some will say it's legend, maybe some will say it's made up. But somewhere deep inside, everyone who hears it understands, if Jesus walked past us today, he would do the same thing, not for the miracle, but for us.